Namaste and welcome back to your mat. My name is Jillian Aligned and I'm honored to guide you through your yoga practice. We will begin laying on the back body and you won't need any props, but they are always welcome, of course. So, when you are ready, you can lay down on your back with your feet stepped down to the edges of your mat. Allow the knees to fall in towards each other and allow the body to fully relax, softening through the shoulders and the shoulder blades, relaxing the muscles in and around the hips and the low back. Today's class will be wonderful to relax the mind, calm the nervous system, and to really just give yourself this time and space to be grateful, to turn inwards and be with yourself. And just start to notice your breath, focusing on the smooth and slow inhales and the steadiness of your exhales. You can bring your focus to the warmth of gratitude, filling up with thankfulness for yourself, for giving yourself this time. But maybe there's other things that you're thankful for: your body, your breath, and other things in your life, whether they be big or small. Tap into this energy. Gently begin to open the knees and walk the feet back closer towards each other at about hip width apart. And gently open the arms into a cactus, bending at the elbows and flipping the palms up. Breathe deeply into the chest, feeling the lungs expand. Keeping the feet in the position that they are, just drop the knees towards the right edge of your mat. You'll be pointing the left knee, and then lift the legs, drop them over to the left, pointing the right knee. Take these a couple more times, stretching into the tops of the legs and even into the hip flexor and belly. Stay grounded through the shoulders and flow with your breath. The next time your legs drop over to the right side, allow them to rest here. Take full, deep belly breaths, low into the belly towards the left hip. And softly allow the legs to lift upwards and drop them over towards the left. Again, tuning back into those slow and deep belly breaths. And lifting the legs back up. Bring the feet a little bit closer towards the hips and press your arms to the mat along your sides. We'll move through a couple of bridge lifts. So starting with the tailbone, begin to lift up through the spine, moving slowly and keeping this gentle. Stop when the hips start to feel a little bit of a stretch, and then you can lower back down. Again, breathe in, lift up through the hips, moving slowly through the spine. Stopping when you feel a sensation and lowering back down. This time, if you'd like, you can reach your arms up high overhead as you lift the hips and drop them back down by your sides as you lower the hips. Take one more round. Good. Allow your spine to melt back into the mat. And when you're ready, in your time, start to roll onto the belly. Have the hands under the shoulders, press into the feet. Take a gentle baby cobra, lifting up through the heart. Peel a couple of ribs off the mat. Take a breath out and release back down. Good. Breathe in, lift the heart space. Breathe out, let it go. Taking a few more of these little breaths, maybe floating the palms, or if you'd like, you can start to lift up through the arms a little bit more, straightening the elbows for cobra pose. And settling onto the belly, reach your arms behind the hips and interlace the hands into a fist. With a big breath in, lift the heart space, pulling the fist back, and a breath out, release to the belly. Again, breathing in, lifting the shoulders, the belly, the chest with the back muscles, and release back down. Good. Once more, breathe in. Maybe this time you float the toes and hold it here. Keep lifting the back and slowly lower down, dropping a cheek to the mat. Sphinx pose. Bring your elbows under the shoulders and the hands or forearms into an 11. Relax through the belly, the muscles in the legs, and lift the gaze just enough so that you're looking forward. And bring the chin to the chest, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and come onto the knees. From here, you can interlace the hands if it feels better, and then lift the knees for a forearm plank. Keep the hips level. Full and slow breaths. Root down through the elbows for another inhale. And exhale, drop the knees, press yourself up and into a child's pose. Rounding the belly over the thighs, maybe the forehead drops down to the mat. Fully relaxing and connecting to breath. Feel free to linger here, or you can make your way into a tabletop position. Swinging your legs off to one side, you can come into a comfortable seat. Allow yourself to get settled. We'll create a little bit of a flow with our breath. Inhale, you'll reach the arms up high. Exhale, cactus the elbows, pulling them back. Breathe in. Twist to the right, breathe out, hold the elbows. Good. Inhale, drop the hands, right hand to the mat and the left hand to the right leg. Breathing slow and deep into the belly. With your next inhale, come back through center. Bend the elbows, cactus the arms. Take a breath in. Twist to the right, cactusing the arms. And then release the hands to the mat into your twist. Another full deep breath. And with your next inhale, come back through center, arms reach high. Bend the elbows, cactus the arms. Breath in. And a breath out, bring your hands into a fist behind the hips. Press the knuckles towards the mat and lift up through the heart. Keep drawing the rib cage together. Another full round of breath. And release the arms, reach them up to the sky. Bend the elbows, cactus. And then reach the elbows, the palms, and forearms together round through the spine. Hold here, opening between the shoulder blades. And release the hands into the lap, tall through the spine. Walk the hands forward and come into a seated forward fold. Let the head and shoulders go. Slow rise up. Cross over the legs and come into tabletop. Roughly stacking the joints on top of one another. Send the right toes back and the left fingers forward. Stay here, float the left arm and the right leg. Take a full breath in and a grounding breath out. Again, breathe in. And on your breath out, draw your left knee to the right elbow and hold here for your inhale and your exhale. And settle back down to your tabletop. The left leg and the right arm extend. Find your center. And you can float the leg and the arm. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring the left knee to the right elbow. Round through the back body. On your next inhale, release the leg and the hand back down. Tabletop, move through a few rounds of cat and cow, lifting the gaze, dropping the belly, moving through the spine, tucking the chin, the tailbone, and opening between the shoulder blades. Feel free to find whatever dynamic movement might feel good, shifting forward and back on the hands and the knees. Just listen to your body and what it's asking for. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Neutral spine. Tuck the toes and walk your hands back towards your knees. If the sensation is too much, keep your hands onto the mat. Feel free to roll out the wrists a couple times. Deep toe stretch. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, bring hands to heart. Breathe in. And release the hands to the mat, back to your tabletop, and lift the hips, downward facing dog. Finding that upside down shaped V, tailbone lifting to the sky. Bend into the knees and step up to the top of your mat. Halfway lift on your breath in. And on your breath out, round through the back body, let the head and shoulders go. Inhale, rise up. Arms reach high overhead. Bring your hands to your heart center. Breath out. Inhale, extend tall. Exhale, fold to the mat. Breath in, halfway lift. Breath out, let it go. Plant the hands and step your feet to a plank. Option to drop the knees here. Lower chaturanga, come all the way to the belly. Take baby cobra or cobra pose. And then come over the knees and into a child's pose. Come to tabletop and then downward facing dog. Come up onto the toes, bring the gaze forward, and make your way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift on your breath in, and fold on your breath out. Plant the hands and step the left toes to the bottom of the mat. Release the knee down for your grounded low lunge. When the hips feel strong and stable, start to lift the chest and place the hands on top of the right leg. Inhale, reach your arms up high. And exhale, bend the elbows, cactus the arms. Take a breath in. And a breath out, release the hands into a fist behind the hips. Slide the knuckles down, breathe in across the chest. Breathe out, press the hips down. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold over the leg inside the foot and walk the right foot to the right edge of your mat for lizard. Open the right knee coming onto the right edge of the foot and then step it back down, hug the knee to the shoulder. Take a couple of these, stretching into the front of the left hip and the right. Lift the gaze, tuck the back toes and lift the knee. Step the right foot to downward facing dog. Full breath. Coming up to the top of your mat, step your feet forward, halfway lift. Fold, exhale. Plant the hands, this time stepping the right toes to the bottom of your mat into your low lunge. Take your time to get settled, and when you're ready, you can bring the hands on top of the leg. Take a deep breath in, sweep your arms up to the sky. And a breath out, bend the elbows, cactus the arms, pull the elbows backward, breath in. And on your breath out, hands come into the fists behind the hips. Lift the chin, sink into the hips. Breathe in, arms reach high. Breathe out, release the hands into your lizard. Heel toeing the left foot to the left edge of the mat. Hands are under the shoulders. Open the left knee, come onto the outside of the foot. And pull the knee in, back to the shoulder. Take a couple of these flows, just tuning in with the sensations of the body. We can make our way into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the knee, and step the left foot back. Come to the top of your mat, lift the heels, come into a halfway lift. Breathe out, fold. Rise all the way up to stand, reach your arms high. Chair pose, sink into the hips, bend the knees. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, sink a little deeper. Then straighten through the legs, fold forward, lift the hips. Halfway lift on your breath in. And on your breath out, plant the hands, step the left foot back for warrior one. Turn the toes out at a 45-degree angle and rise up, reaching your arms high. Take a full inhale here. And an exhale, bend the elbows, cactus the arms. Lunging deep into that right knee. Take an inhale. And exhale, hands come behind the hips into a fist. Breathe in. And on your breath out, humble warrior. Right shoulder comes to the inside of the right leg or the knee. Option to lift the hands away from the low back, feeling a stretch across the chest and shoulders. Bend the elbows, release the hands, and rise it back up into warrior one. Take your time. Good. Open into warrior two. So this might take a little bit of adjusting. Slide the left foot back if you need. Turn the toes to the left edge. Bring your gaze forward. Inhale into reverse warrior. Flip the right hand up. Keep the bend into the front knee. And windmill the hands down. Frame the front foot. Half split. Turn on the toes and drop the left knee. Straighten through the right leg. Folding over the leg. Another slow breath. Begin to shift the weight forward and step back into your plank. Take an inhale here and lower chaturanga. Find your back bend, lifting the heart. And make your way into a downward facing dog. Hips go to the sky. Take a breath in and a breath out. Stepping up to the top of your mat, arrive in a halfway lift and fold back down. Warrior one on the other side, stepping the right heel down, turn the toes out. Windmill the arms up high, breathing in. Squaring off the hips and chest, breathing out. Lift the heart, breathe in. Cactus the arms, bend the elbows, breathe out. Inhale. Hands into a fist, exhale. Lift the chest space with your breath in and fold with your breath out. Bring the left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Reach your hands away from the back body if it feels good. Make sure to bend that left knee. Surrendering to what is, what was, and what will be. Bend the elbows, release the grip, and come back into warrior one. Reach your arms up high, shoulders on top of hips. Open into warrior two. Slide the right foot back, lunge deeper into the left knee, bring the gaze forward. Inhale, reverse warrior. Left hand reaches up, right hand comes down. Exhale, windmill the hands and frame the front foot. Low lunge, spin onto the back toes, drop the knee and straighten through the left leg. Send the hips back towards the heel as you melt the heart over the leg. And slowly shift the weight forward. Lift the hips, send the left foot to your plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Breath in to open the heart. And breath out to come over the knees, downward facing dog. Give yourself a breath and make your way to the top of your mat. Halfway lift when you land and forward fold when you exhale. Inhale up into your chair, bend the knees, reach your arms high. Sink a little deeper, exhale. Inhale, press up to stand. Hands to your heart, breath out. Give yourself a round of breath. Breath in to slowly sweep your arms up. And breath out to fold all the way to the mat. Halfway lift on your inhale. And on your exhale, fold right back down. Plant the hands and step the left foot back and turn to the left edge of your mat, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale into a nice flat back. You can come onto the fingertips and exhale, fold. Breath in, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Once more, breathing in and breathing out. Feel free to make this pose your own, but I offer hands behind the hips into a fist and reach it away from the back body. Connect with your breath here, letting go of the ego and any of its expectations. Gradually begin to lift yourself up. Bring your hands back to the mat. Start to walk the hands over towards the right leg and see if you can wrap your arms around the thigh. If you need to bend the knee, that's okay. Just filling yourself up with gratitude, sending love directly to the body. And release this grip. Bring it over towards the left thigh, wrapping your arms, giving yourself a hug, and maybe straightening through the leg, or maybe you need to bend it here. Feel each breath connected to your leg. Gently release this bind. Walk your hands to frame the front foot and step the right foot back to the left. Come into a child's pose, dropping the knees to the edges of your mat and sending hips to heels. Relax the forehead down and breathe. Let the breath slow, become heavy and controlled. Feeling each sensation through the body as you breathe. Lift the upper body up just enough so that you can weave the right arm underneath the chest. You'll start to feel this stretch around the right shoulder, maybe into the arm and back body. Come back to your intention of gratitude, saying thank you to your body for being able to move and guide you through your practice. And lifting the heart up again, weave the left arm underneath the chest this time, feeling the stretch into the left shoulder. Slow and controlled breathing. You can come back into your neutral child's pose, reaching both arms to the mat in front of you for just one more breath. And pulling yourself forward. Make your way all the way onto your belly for a full surrender prone shavasana. Moving mindfully as you do so. Let your arms rest comfortably, bringing a cheek to the mat and coming back to those feelings of gratitude. Maybe not even focusing on specific things, but just the feeling of being so blessed. If you would like to take a longer shavasana, please feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, you can press yourself up into a seat and we'll take a final breath together. Inhale and reach your arms up high. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. The light in me sees, acknowledges, and honors the light in you and knows that they are the same. Namaste. I hope that you enjoyed your practice, and if you did, feel free to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. I post every Monday. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you in the next video.